at? Where the big girls 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 at? Where the
45 degrees and your leg's coming up already. Are you in more pain than you were?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I would imagine as stiff as you are.
A lot of pain, and it feels like not only in my hips and stuff, but my feet, and then it crawls up my legs. It feels like it's on fire. I don't know. It's just,
you need to get to see somebody.
I'm hoping to get back on the chemo soon.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Just holding this one here and pushing the other leg down, you can get a lot of resistance there. That hurt?
I mean, it's just a little uncomfortable in my hip, but...
In the left one?
Yeah, it just feels like it's just pulling, but it's not, like it's stretching, but it's not bad.
Well, as long as when I push, it gives fairly easy, and I'm not going to push real hard. When we get to this point, you're on a pretty good stretch, and if I don't want to push too hard through it, usually you'll let me know because you'll start to push back if it gets too far. But since your sensations are very good, we don't want to strain anything. Starting to break down there, yeah. Feeling that in the hip. Yeah, that's pretty tight right there. Whoa. Whoa. We're winding up, getting ready to push back, I think.
I don't even know what that was. That was crazy.
That was a intermittent spasm. Like, stop pushing, stop pushing, stop pushing. Alright, now let's you try it on this one this time. Okay, pull up. Down. Okay, and pull up. Okay, see, that's so much easier on that one. That one doesn't start fighting back. Whoop, it just did there. Try again. Pull up. Oh, now it's doing it. Well, you got 4 good reps out of it before it started to spasm up on you. Whoa, you're pushing back. Okay, now go ahead and push back. Okay, let's just see if you can bend again. Okay, now try and bend. Oh no. Locked up. Locked up. Yep, no pushing allowed.
Okay.
Wow. You're really locked up. Oh! I gotta reload here. Get in a better position to... You try and bend your leg now. Wow. Alright. Nice and tall. Oh, there you go. Just try and hold your balance. Don't try and do any movement. Just stand. Now, can you feel your feet on the ground?
I can feel the pressure, yeah.
Okay. Can you distinguish between pressure on, like, the balls of your feet and pressure on your heels?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Try to get more back on your heels. There. That's better. Probably feels weirder.
Irie.
Oh. Because you tend to get more up on the balls of your feet more, and your heels come off the ground. So you got to have that weight distributed over heels and the balls of your feet. You got
I feel like I'm going backward.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, you have it. It's like your center of gravity is more forward now, and you're kind of balancing on the balls of your feet. And when you get back on your heels, you feel like you're going to fall back.
Yes.
But
that's not the case.
Well, I mean, that's what you feel, so you try to compensate for it. But no, I can see that you're not on your heels as much as you should be. You're way too far forward. So try and maybe...
I feel like I'm like way back on my heels right now.
Do you? Yeah, because I can see it. You look like you're forward.
Okay.
Oh my god, people. Can I just tell you, I'm sorry the TV's so loud, but I'm not willing to roll back there and turn it down and stuff right now. Okay. So, this is the deal. my upstairs neighbor, crazy. This is what's been going on with her. Okay, first of all, she's a crazy, crazy crackhead whore that we already know, okay? Well, we used to be, like, really great friends. Yeah, quotations around that, but, you know, whatever. She's home all day, I'm home all day. We would have Coke and a smoke together every day, you know what I mean? Coca-Cola. We both like cold Coca-Colas and cigarettes and blah, blah, blah. Coke and a smoke every day. Well, then that stopped because she started hanging out with people that are like pill heads like she is, right? So anyway, so Crackhead Julie, her name's Julie. Anyway, Crackhead Julie, about 2 months ago, she had come up to me when I was on the patio and said, hey, do you have a cigarette? And she's a smoker, so I thought she was asking me for a cigarette, you know, and I was like, no, I'm actually out of cigarettes. And she was like, oh, you are? Oh, okay. Well, a few minutes later, she shows back up with a carton of cigarettes for me. Now, keep in mind, Julie is not on Social Security or anything. She doesn't work because she's living off an inheritance that her grandmother had left her, right? So anyway, and she's 50 years old, so she's got quite a bit of cash in the bank, and I don't know why she's living in this shithole, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so Crackhead Julie brings me a carton of my cigarettes, and I was like, oh my god, that is so nice. What the hell, thank you so much, you know? And she was like, no problem, I knew that you were going to go crazy without cigarettes. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So, last month, she sends me a text message, I want my money. And I was like, what money? And she was like, from the cigarettes. And I was like, those were a gift. She goes, nothing is a gift. You need to pay me my $64. I was like, okay. Now, everybody's telling me do not pay her the $64. But this is why in my head I'm like, okay, I need to give her the $64, okay? Because she's crazy. And because, okay, now we're going to go back in time to, she has like a ton of animals upstairs. There are some stray cats that are like neighborhood cats where a lot of people feed them and stuff, and she's fallen in love with one of them, and she calls it Simon, and Simon comes and eats all the time at her house, right, because she leaves food out for Simon. Well, some new people moved into the apartments, and they asked if that was her cat, and she was like, well, it's a neighborhood cat, or whatever. And so they, Simon came up missing, like, he hasn't been around, like, I'm sure the pound finally got him, or, you know, somebody took him in, or he got hit by a car, so, you know, something. Well, because those people asked, she assumed that they killed Simon. Not anything else. She went straight to killing, straight to murder. Like, there was no, they called the pound, or they might know something, or, you know, whatever. It's, they asked about him, so they murdered him. So, she went and fucked up their car. So, I'm like, yeah, I need to give this bitch her $64 before she does something crazy to me. So, anyway, so last month I couldn't pay her because, remember, the whole tax situation. So, now keep in mind, she's got a shit ton of money in the bank. She sends me, now, if I owe you money, I owe you money, and it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, but this is the deal, I don't feel like I owe her this money. Anyway, so she sends me a text message that was like, I got bills to pay, and I want my money on the 3rd. And I was like, she's like, I know you get paid on the 3rd, I want my money on the 3rd next month. So, guarantee this month on the 3rd, I start getting text messages from her, phone calls from her, and I ignore them all because I don't want to hear her mouth, you know what I mean? And she's always pilled out anyway, so it's like slurring of words and all this stuff. So, my physical therapist just left today, and when he was leaving, she shows up at my door, like she was waiting. So we open up the door, and here's Crackhead Julie. Well, she's asking, demanding her money right now in front of my therapist and stuff. And I was like, Julie, I'm not giving you shit right now. I don't have anything right now. I will call my sister and see if she can take me to the bank so I can give you cash. And she was like, you don't want to write a check? And I was like, no, Julie, I don't. Do not. She was like, well, why don't I go get you some withdrawal slips? And then you can let me go to your bank and get it out. No. Not gonna happen. So, anyway, so she goes out and leaves and stuff, and then I was like, you know what? I will write her a check. Just to get this done. Because I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do for this $64. She fucked up somebody's car over a neighborhood cat that was murdered that she didn't even own. Do you know what I mean? So, I call her up, and I'm like, Julie, come. I decided to just go ahead and write you a check. Just go ahead and come and get the check. She's like, well, I wish you would have told me. And I hung up on her. So she comes to the door finally, comes to get the check. I hand her the check. I'm going to close it. She forces the door back open, and she's like, now keep in mind, I don't have the best teeth ever, but her teeth are like, I've been smoking for 90 years teeth, and they're all like gray, like black in the middle and gray and all this stuff, and just she looks like a smoker. Do you know what I mean? And I know I've got yellow teeth, but whatever. Anyway, so she's like, I'm gonna pray for you. And then I'm like, whatever, and I shut the door. This bitch